Hi folks, I'm in the back of my truck and people talk about their builds and they show you their builds and how they made decisions to do this or that. Most of the builds are very similar. I did my own and there are a couple of things I don't like about it, and I will eventually get around to rebuilding. When I originally rebuilt this, I put this side countertop in with the idea that I had another board laying out here. I could open it up and I could have two bunks in here. That way you could sleep two of us. That happened one time. I built it with the idea that my wife would be traveling with me. Life happens and she's no longer able to travel with me. So I go by myself. I took that board out. Yeah, I had it hinged so it'd flop over, so I had room in here. But I didn't need that, so I got rid of it. It made my countertop a little more user-friendly. But my countertop is about 1 inch too wide, and I'm going to show you why. And this is a pretty serious thing, or at least it is for me. See my leg here? I'm going to put my foot up against the countertop and lay my leg down. That's my bunk. I cannot put my leg down. It's about maybe 1/2 inch too narrow. Now, that may sound silly, but if you're in here, things are shut down, you're turning around to get to something, or maybe you're changing clothes, or maybe you're clipping your toenails or something. My leg bone could get jammed in here, and it would be, I get claustrophobic. I need to push this over just a little bit so that I can have my leg go this way and I can turn around. Because right now, if I'm on my hands, if I'm on my knees, I can't turn around unless I get up on my toes and get high because it's too narrow. If I were to sit down, I'd be stuck. That's I think the most irritating thing about this build. The thing that I want to eventually get past. Another thing that I didn't even think of, I like the idea of having my bunk on the driver's side. I don't know that it really matters, but it's just how I put it in and how I felt like it was comfortable for me to sleep, to be on the driver's side. The power for the cap, when they installed the power, they put it over there. My refrigerator's over here. If I'm watching a movie, my laptop's over here. This is where I need the power, not over there. They didn't give me enough cord to go up over the top and down. I suppose maybe I'd have to lift the cap up. I'm not sure how to do it. They got into the tail light. They took the tail light cover off and they installed that. I don't know what they did. But I've got power over there. I should have it over on the other side. And another thing, now see here, I'm getting comfortable here and I'm going to sag down, and if I'm not careful I'll get stuck because it's too narrow. This over here, having a countertop is great. I've got a lot of countertop here. I've got my refrigerator up here, and that's a good place for it, except for the power issue. But I need a chest of drawers, and I got one of these little 3-door plastic things that you can get at Walmart. Oh my, they're a piece of crap. The drawers fall over on their sides, and it's not functional. I need some kind of proper shelving with drawers. And right now I put a bungee cord net over the front of it to keep the doors closed, which I don't mind doing that. That's okay. I think I would like something, a wooden cabinet. Now see here, I can't get comfortable. I want some shelves with drawers. If I'm going to do that, and I'm going to move this, I'm thinking I may not need this countertop so much as maybe a little chest of drawers in here, and then countertop coming this way, because I need storage. I've got 2 plastic bins. These, one has kitchen stuff, and the other one has food. I took my kitchen out. The kitchen was under my bunk like everybody else's, but I took that out. I may put it back in again. But even if you have a nice full kitchen, I had a magnificent kitchen. I could cook anything. Well, just about any spice you could come up with, I probably had. I had Dutch oven, I had charcoal capabilities, a nice big stove. I had everything in there. I never used it, so I took it out. I think I will put the drawer back in, and I think I will put some of the kitchen back in, just because I think I've limited myself too much on my cooking. But that's okay. But even at that, even if you've got a nice kitchen in here, you still need a little bit of kitchen capability inside. And the way mine's set up, and the way most people's I've seen set up, if you want to get into the kitchen, which is under the bunk, you have to open the back up, drop the tailgate down, and then pull the drawer out. Otherwise, you can't get into it. I could put a door here under the mattress, but that's still kind of a pain in the neck. You need something, or I feel I need something, a little bit of kitchen inside here, if nothing else, to make my coffee, or make a cup of tea, or boil some water to make a dehydrated meal. Because sometimes it's just miserable outside. You don't want to open the back up because you got a storm going. And if it's storming and you got to open your tailgate to get to your kitchen, what do you get? No, that's not going to work very well. You need a little bitty canister stove is fine. You don't need much more than that. Just a little bit, so you can boil a little water or make some coffee. But you have to have a place to put that. That gear needs a home. And right now I have all sorts of stuff under here, and I have a couple of access points that I can get to the stuff, but I can't see what's down in there. I don't know what's in there and what's not. I kind of lose track of it. If I had some shelves and some drawers, I could organize things much better, and I think I could get away from having these plastic bins. I've got 2 of them here. If I didn't have those, then I wouldn't have to find a place for them. When I'm spending a night someplace, I put these plastic bins up on my counter. Well, that kind of defeats the purpose, of having counter space if you're storing boxes basically on it. I want to be able to do stuff here. I want to put my laptop here, type an email, or edit a video, or log on to Square and or QuickBooks or something like that and do my accounting. I want my counter space, and I don't have it because I've got this storage issue. If I rebuild this and if I put my thoughts to it, I should be able to come up with something that would work better than what I have now. Plus, have my aisleway be just a little bit wider. And I'm about done here. I won't rag your ear too long. I did have one other little thing that I fixed this morning that's been an irritant, and I will show you what I did. I like carpets instead of these fancy pads. But picking the tailgate's a pain in the neck. When you're inside, I put a strap on it. Now I just grab that strap and pull it up. So, I'm happy with that part. But I do have some things to do. Modifications to make. And I'm trying to get my trailer set up for winter because I want to be able to get in out of the weather instead of being out exposed under an awning when it gets cold. The trailer's not very big, so I'm going to have a hard time setting up a shop in there. Right now it's getting there. I showed you the before and after of the shelving, and I'm liking that. But I've got more to do on that. But I will need to redo I need to do that before I redo the inside of my truck. But that'll be something that's coming.